Hey guys, it's George. Yesterday, the Fact Music Awards 2022 were held, and it's just a few hours after the live show finished. I watched the full thing whilst preparing for this video. Congratulations to all the artists who performed and all of the winners. It was an amazing show. But you guys know why we're here. We're going to be rating and reviewing all of the red carpet looks, breaking down all of the details, and then rating each look out of 10 yellow hearts. Let's kick off the review of the trends section of the video, and I noticed two big trends on the Fact Music Awards red carpet. For female idols, I think it would be way too easy to sit here and be like,
oh my god, the trend I spotted at the Fact Music Awards was little black dresses.
Because that is pretty much every K-pop red carpet, and it's going to be every K-pop red carpet going forward. What I noticed with a lot of female idols' looks is that their little black dresses had this beautiful off-the-shoulder cut. They were getting the clavicle out. We have Suyeon, I-dle, Leah, ITZY, Hikaru and Yeonjun, Kepler, and then Hanni, NewJeans all had this beautiful off-the-shoulder moment. Within male idols, we saw a lot of wrap blazers, whether they were extremely clean, no buttons, or they had a very simple fastening, or there was a statement hardware detail. Sporting this wrap blazer trend, we had Jeno, NCT Dream, Juyeon and Younghoon, the Boyzzzz, Kyunjung, TNX, Doyoung, Treasure, Yeonjun, TXT, and Yeonjak. I love a wrap blazer. I see you all. Let's kick off the review of the boys. As I said at the start of this video, K-pop red carpet, black and white, very conservative, clean, chic, cohesive, lots of details. The boys are hitting the brief on the head. This set of looks is incredibly cohesive, and that's no surprise coming from the boys. You'll notice all of the silhouettes are extremely similar, very slim cut tailoring, black and white, beautiful details, and the cut of the trousers, very slim, and they're either coming down and sitting just at the ankle, that slightly cropped cut, or they're coming down and sitting just on top of the shoe. With the shoes, there is a mixture of slimmer shoes and chunkier shoes. For example, right on the left, we've got Kevin in that slim Chelsea boot, but then next to him, we've got Sangyeon in that chunky shoe, that beautiful chunky sole, lace up. And you'll notice that down the line, there's a beautiful combination of slim and chunky. I'm just gonna pull out some of my favorite details for you. New on the very right, that beautiful ruffle collar of the shirt, the black tie, and then he's got the gold buttons on his blazer. It's cropped and he's got that cummerband detail. A cummerband is very traditional men's evening wear, but here it looks incredibly contemporary because of that cropped cut. Cues, I think, is incredibly chic, that jacquard fabric of the jacket, and then they've gone for that very simple shawl lapel, and by keeping the shirt black and then they've used a black ribbon to tie a bow, it lets the jacquard be the star of his outfit. Juyeon in that beautiful wrap blazer with the hardware detail. This is by Givenchy, and then you'll notice on the shirt he's got that hardware detail on the collar, and then you can see the little Givenchy crest on the tie. Very subtle, but very, very beautiful. Younghoon next to him, he's got that wrap blazer with the asymmetrical cut. It's very interesting, but very, very subtle. And then Kevin right on the left, he's got that cropped jacket. And I like the fact how they've layered a bolo tie, which is, you know, like a cowboy style kind of tie, over the top of a skinny tie. It looks like a necklace from afar, but up close you can see it's a bolo. Beautiful details from the boys. The boys look absolutely incredible on the red carpet. I'm going to give them 10 yellow hearts. Let me just apologise now for the dots of the sun coming through the blind. I can't do anything about it, but we move on with the review. Up next, we've got TNX. What I like about the red carpet looks is how they're incredibly cohesive. We've got the same navy blue jacquard fabric across all of the blazers, the trousers, all the same cut, the shoes, all the same. And then you've got three members with black shirts that are left clean at the collar. And then you've got three members that have got the black shirts with that ruffled tie. For me though, I think these looks are leaning too classic and maybe a bit too old for this group. They're very young, and when you look at their performances and their stage outfits, they're very contemporary and very, very fun, and I feel like that's just kind of been lost slightly here. I do really like the details. On Taeyeon, we've got the double-breasted notch lapel jacket with the black accent on the collar. Next to him, Hyunso, SB1 with that notch lapel. the black accent on the collar. And then we've got Hyunjin, the wrap blazer with that shawl lapel. I do think the shawl lapel is a bit thick for this jacket, but I still really appreciate that beautiful cut of it. And then next to him, we've got Junghyuk. He's got a shawl lapel as well, but this one has a square cut at the bottom that meets at an SB1 in the middle. And then further down, Sungjun, classic double-breasted 6-button peak lapel, and on the end, I believe you pronounce it he, please correct me in the comments, and he's got another shawl lapel with a navy blue trim, an SB1. Beautiful pieces, beautiful cuts, very cohesive. I just feel that they're too classic and too old for this group. Like, this is something that I feel you'd see like a host wearing, or someone that's a bit further on in their career. Let me know your thoughts. So for that reason, I'm going to give TNX 7 yellow hearts. Moving on to our first girl group of the night, we've got SSERAFIM. I like this set of looks, but I do have my issues with it. We'll get to them. First of all, this is very cohesive, and I like the fact that we've got that perfect balance of black and white. We've got Sakura and Kazuha in the white looks, and then we've got Chaewon and Yeonjin in the completely black looks. So it just works really well on the red carpet. And I like the fact that you can see the textures of the fabric. You can see the ribbing on Chaewon's and on Kazuha's. On Yeonjin's dress, it's got this beautiful asymmetric hem, and it's got this beautiful ruffle that cascades down, and I like the fact it's been finished with that mid-calf boot. It really, really works. And then that black strap going across the collarbone. That's a really interesting cut of strap. I think it would have been nice to have seen another member in something slightly longer just to balance it out, but it doesn't throw anything off. Chaewon and Kazuha has then got the long boots. Kazuha's come over the knee, Chaewon's go under the knee, and I think it works with the proportions of their looks. And then Sakura right on the left, I really like the details of her dress. That beautiful little cap sleeve, very tailored shoulder, and then the way that it wraps over the bust, and then they've layered that white piece underneath just to keep it very conservative. And then you can see that she's got the pockets angled in the front, and it is quite short. For me though, she's been played with the shoes. What is going on with the shoes? All of the other members have this really chic pair of boots going on, and then she's been given a pair of Nike sports socks and these clunky Mary Jane shoes that just don't go with the look. Where do the Nike socks play in to anyone else's? It completely throws it. If they were going to put her in a chunky heel, go for those chunky Versace heels with the straps. That would have been like a mwah, something along those vibes. I just don't understand the clunky shoe with the Nike sock. Why? I honestly didn't notice the shoes until now. I was preparing this video like, yeah, I really like it. And then I just saw the shoes and was like, so I'm going to give the SSERAFIM 7 yellow hearts. I really like the ideas, the textures, but the cohesion is slightly off, and those shoes, wow. Moving on to 80s, we've got another beautiful set of black and white looks. Beautiful textures coming through, and you'll notice that they've got the cohesion because all of the members have the same pair of boots, and then their trousers finish at the same point just over the boot, but you'll notice that are different cuts. And if you go from Mingi and then left to Yeonho, you'll notice that the trousers get slimmer as they go down the line. Mingi and Jungho have slightly straighter trousers, and then as you go down the line, we get to San, Songhwa, Yeonho in those very, very slim cuts. And what else I've picked up on, and this isn't being shady at all, but you'll notice that the taller members, so Yeonho, Mingi, Jungho, they have the slightly longer jackets that finish at that mid-thigh, top thigh point. But then the slightly shorter members like Wooyoung, Hongjun, Yosang, they have the cropped jackets on, and it just really brings their legs up, and it gives you that illusion of having longer legs, being taller, and the crop silhouette just looks so beautiful on them. Looking at this shot here, Wooyoung's and Hongjun's, it looks like they have a very, very similar cut of outfit going on. That pretty much same cut of cropped jacket, the same style of shawl lapel. Wooyoung's is just a bit slimmer, but then you'll notice that the fabrics are different. Hongjun's is plain, whilst Wooyoung's has this beautiful, very subtle pinstripe fabric. And again, it's the subtle details that give these looks difference. Mingi, that satin peak lapel with that chain brooch. Yeosang, he's got that beautiful black stripe detail on the placket of his shirt. Sunghwa, the velvet picking up on camera, that beautiful velvet panel of the jacket, of the trousers, the waistcoat worn shirtless, the black choker. This is easily my favourite set of looks from ATEEZ. A great set of looks from ATEEZ. This is 9 yellow hearts from me. Moving on to ITZY, we have a very cohesive set of looks, and ITZY on the red carpet is either great or it's like, what's happened? And this is a great set of looks for ITZY. I like the fact that you've got Leah and Chaeyoung in those sheeny fabrics because it's picking up on camera, and then the other girls are in the more matte fabrics. Again, it's balance. I know when you look at Yeji, she has this beautiful like leopard sparkle to her dress, which you can see in the individual shot, but in the group shot it doesn't really pick up, so it gives you that beautiful balance. The ITZY girls are all in LBDs and they've all got pretty much the same hem length, so it's giving us that cohesion, but then all of the silhouettes of the dress are completely different. Yeji's, that crew neck, letting the leopard print glitter be the star of the show. Leah, this beautiful off the shoulder cut, the beautiful swoop of the sleeve coming in. Renjin, the plunging v-neck. Chaeyoung has the beautiful bow detail, that asymmetric strap, and then Yoona has this slight sweetheart neckline going on. I'm not sure how I feel about the necklace with Yoona's though. I feel like it's not needed, and none of the other girls have necklaces on, so I feel like it just draws away from the shape of that neckline. I know it's something like always go on about, but I think this is a prime example of it. And then when it comes to the shoes, all of the shoes work for me apart from Chaeyoung's, where she's got that black strap that sits right on her ankle. For me, it's just cutting off her leg slightly. Yeji and Yoona have the ankle straps as well, but they sit below their ankle, so it doesn't cut them off. Can you see what I mean? My favourite though has to be Leah's. She looks incredibly chic. The beautiful cut of this dress coming in at the waist, flaring over her hips, the beautiful swoop of that sleeve, the off the shoulder moment. Beautiful. I'm gonna give ITZY 9 yellow hearts. Moving on to Treasure, like the boys, this is a very contemporary K-pop red carpet. The black and white vibes, all black vibes, and there are just so many contemporary cuts of tailoring within this set of looks. And like I've said before, the cohesion comes through the trousers and the shoes. Very similar lengths. Unlike ATEEZ, they've got some slimmer cut of trousers and some wider cut of trousers. Like on Hyunsuk, for example, that is a more wide to straight cut of trouser. But then looking at the members in the middle, I believe it's Yoon Jae-hak 4-in from the left. He's got those very slim trousers on. So cohesion, but the cuts are just slightly different. Whilst we're on the subject of Yoon Jae-hak, I love that smoke effect on the blazer going up the sleeves, and then how it's been finished with the white shirt, the black tie with the white detail, because it ties into the sleeves. Very, very simple, but something like that in men's tailoring is just contemporary and eye-catching without being overbearing or like, here I am, do you know? I have a few favourites that I'm gonna pull out. Right on the left, we've got Jihoon. This look is so interesting. It's very classic with the boot, the straight leg trouser, but it's the jacket that's doing all of the work. You can see it's got a notch lapel that comes down into an SB2, a single-breasted 2-button, which is very, very traditional, very, very like simple men's tailoring. But then it's this harness panel, the top piece that goes into the jacket, and then the bottom piece that comes round with that hardware clasping it together. It's just so interesting. It still fits into the black and white, clean, chic vibes of a K-pop red carpet, but the design details are just mwah. Another favourite has to be Hyunsuk. His suit is giving me this more like oversized kind of vibe. The notch lapel looks quite wide. He's got the beautiful brooches giving us that metallic shine. He's got the black shirt, the black ribbon underneath, and then he's got the straight to wide leg trousers with the boots. I love the styling of the sunglasses as well. It gives this like 90s, early noughties kind of touch as well. And then in their performance, he had the ski goggles on, so it creates cohesion from the red carpet into their performance styling. Treasure, amazing job. 9 yellow hearts. Next up, we've got Yeontak. I'm not familiar with Yeontak, but what I love about his red carpet look is that it's the perfect blend of classic men's evening wear and contemporary men's evening wear. That classic white shirt, with that oversized black bow tie. He's got the white cuffs poking out, and then the suit, clean, navy blue, very, very crisp. But then it's this slight wrap of the blazer that gives it that contemporary edge. I've just Googled Young Tak and found out he's 39 years old. And this is what I was talking about with TNX earlier. Their looks are appropriate for someone who's a bit further on in their career, someone that's going to be hosting and wanting a more classic vibe. But I love how Young Tak's come out and giving us classic and contemporary. This is 10 gold hearts from me. Just that combination. He looks incredibly handsome. Sticking with the soloist, let's talk about Hwang Chi Yeul. This is a very classic men's evening wear look. We've got the velvet blazer, the notch lapel, and then he's got that black cropped trouser with the Chelsea boot. All of the cuts and proportions work really, really well on him. It's very clean and classic. It suits him. The only thing for me, and I've said it before, I really don't like wingtip collar shirts with a tie. It should be a bow tie, in my opinion. I don't think the tie necessarily works. I'm going to give Hwang Chi Yeul 8 gold hearts. Classic, it suits him. Cut and proportion are on point. It's just that wingtip collar shirt with the tie. Lim Young Woong, another soloist who attended. He gave us an all black moment, and I've only got like 3/4 length shots, but what I like about his suit is how you can see these metallic flecks popping up. And looking from what I can see, this is an SB2, a notch lapel, a very traditional classic cut of men's tailoring, but this metallic fabric is just giving it that design edge. And then he's got that pussy bow tie shirt underneath, black with that metallic gold stripe tying into the fabric of his outfit. I really like this. It's clean, it's chic, but it has this metallic touch to it that really picks up beautifully on camera. Where I can't see the bottom of the outfit, it would have been a 10, but just to be fair, because I can't see the shoes, I'm going to give this 9 yellow hearts. You're getting all the lighting changes today. It's now golden hour. At least we have that. I hope you can feel my pain with the lighting. I've committed to the video though, because I want to get this out for you guys, so I'm sorry about the changing light. I know it's that YouTuber excuse that no one really gives a about, but I care. It's annoying. Also partially blinded right now, but we move. Moving back to female idols, we have Kep1er, and I'm not loving it. I'm going to be honest, I'm not loving it. I don't understand the 3 pieces of blue in this all black lineup. I don't understand the point of it, because having 3 items, it doesn't make it cohesive. We've got Hikaru right on the left in that blue skirt, and to me it looks like it's that terry toweling kind of texture. It's not my favorite texture for the red carpet. And then we've got Shouting with the strappy blue sandal. It doesn't hit you in the face with enough blue for it to make it cohesive. It's incredibly subtle. And then we have Youngjin on the end in that blue off the shoulder top. Yes, it has that beautiful off the shoulder cut, but again, I just don't understand how 2 blue pieces make this lineup cohesive. If anything, what would make it more cohesive is to include more of these bow moments that the members have going on. Mashiro, Yeseo, Shouting all have bows included in their looks, and this should have been continued throughout to create cohesion with that element, not the blue. Apart from the blue spoiling the cohesion, this is a very cohesive set of red carpet looks. The hem lengths being pretty much the same, the ruffles being used throughout the looks, this sheer fabric on Yeseo's, Shouting's, Chaeyoung's. My favourite though would have to be Bahia's. This beautiful tailored jacket with those giant hook and eyes, beautiful detailing, very, very subtle. And then you can see that she's got the skirt with the pleat underneath. And I like the fact that the jacket comes down and sits almost at the same hem length. It's really interesting, and it's just nice to see that pop of the pleat coming out, and then it's been finished with those strappy sandals. It just works and is very, very chic. I'm going to give Kep1er 7.5 yellow hearts. It is a good set of looks, but I would have to make a few tweaks, but the potential is there to make this set of looks great. Next up, an absolute cutie, Kang Daniel. I love this red carpet look. It's still classic, and what I've seen from him in the past is that he's very classic on the red carpet, which personally surprised me because his styling in his MVs, his music is very, very contemporary. But I feel like here we're starting to get more of a contemporary touch. Looking at the cut of the suit, it's quite contemporary, but it has classic touches. The peak lapel being single-breasted with the 2 buttons, it's quite classic. But then when you look at how boxy the body is and how cropped it is and where it finishes on his thigh, it leans into a contemporary cut of tailoring. And then obviously all of that silver embellishment on the lapel piece gives it that contemporary touch. And then the shirt and tie underneath, very classic. The point collar shirt and then that slim black tie, it lets the cut of the suit and that beautiful lapel piece do the talking. I'm going to give Kang Daniel 9 yellow hearts. Next up, we've got I-dle, and I was surprised by this red carpet look, and in a bad way, if I'm going to be honest. In my opinion, this massively lacks cohesion. It looks like every single girl was styled by a different stylist, and then they've just met at the red carpet, and for me, that is a huge problem. Cohesion is something you're taught the most in fashion school. If you're styling a group, you should be thinking of a cohesive look. The only thing that ties these looks together are the shoes, the pointed toes or the strappy sandals. Other than that, where is the cohesion? All of the different cuts, the different hem lengths, the different details. Where is the cohesion, I-dle? Where? I do like some of the individual looks, like Liz, I believe it's Liz right on the left. Please correct me if I get any of their names wrong. The strong shoulder of her dress, and then the underwire and boning detail, giving this bustier kind of shape to the dress. I think it's really beautiful and it fits her amazingly. Hwang Young, I love the length of her dress and how she's got that jacket over the top, the gold buttons, and then the embellishment on that collar. It does look really special and it fits her body really, really well. The strappy shoe, where I said the strap cut Chaeyoung Itzy off of the ankle, it doesn't cut Hwang Young off here, but that's because she's got very long legs, so it works better for her. And then I believe it's Yujin next to Hwang Young in the middle. I like that exposed zip detail, the collar, and then you can see the jacket flaring out, and then she's got that skirt that's got the splits, the higher piece in the front, lower in the back. I just think it's a really interesting cut. But the other members, for me, their looks are slightly disappointing. I believe it's Ray second in from the left. This shift dress, it's just not suitable for the red carpet in my opinion. The other girls have details going on. Embellished collars, the boning details, the exposed zips with the like slits in the skirt. This is just too simple for the red carpet, and I like the fact it's been styled with those like denier tights, no opaque tights to be seen, and she's got the shoe with the jewels on the strap, but a jeweled strap on a shoe doesn't make an outfit ready for the red carpet. And then it's the same with Yeul. I know she's got the pleat detailing on her dress, but you don't really pick it up unless you zoom in really, really far. And as I said about Ray's, I like the styling with the light denier tight, but compared to the other girls, what about this is red carpet? I don't see it. And then I believe it's Liso on the very right. The hem length is so much longer than all of the other girls coming to the knee, so immediately it stands out. It doesn't work cohesively. And then I don't like the fact that you can see it's like a knitted texture with that skirt piece with all of the gathering underneath. I just don't think it's the most flattering thing, and again I don't think it's suitable for a red carpet. So I'm confused by I-dle. I thought they would come out and like absolutely smash the red carpet. I hope we get to see better looks from them further on in this award show season. Please let me know what you think of this set of looks in the comments. I'm gonna score this 6 yellow hearts. It needs some work. Moving on to TXT, I don't know whether TXT or their stylist maybe watched my videos from last year, but this contemporary chic style on them at the red carpet, it is incredible. Last year we were getting vibes that were a bit too classic, a bit too old for them, whereas this style really, really fits them on the red carpet. Very chic, interesting cuts, still that black and white vibe, but it just suits them so well. I love Let's start with Taeyeon on the right. He's giving us that crop jacket silhouette. We can see it's single-breasted, 2-button. He's got a notch lapel, and then he's got the white shirt underneath that has the very subtle stripes. I like the use of the stripe because it adds something different to the plain white shirts that we've been getting, and this silhouette really suits him. It really elongates his legs. Moving on to Yeonjun, my bias, the beautiful Yeonjun. Yeonjun is wearing his Givenchy blazer shirtless, and this Givenchy blazer is another trend within K-pop idols at the moment. We just saw it earlier in this video on Juyeon. We've seen it on Karina, Aespa in Paris Fashion Week. We've seen it on Taeyeon, BTS. I'm wearing a version of it right now from Fashion Jingu. Get on this trend. I love how this has been styled. The slim cut trousers sitting just perfectly over that Chelsea boot, and then he's got nothing on at the neck. Your eyes really follow the shape right down to that beautiful piece of hardware. A necklace like this does also work in my opinion, but I love the fact it's been kept very clean and simple. It's all about this jacket and the hardware detail. Pyeongyu, the shape of this jacket's really interesting because the break starts really high. That's where the lapel folds back and you have that first button. And then the jacket swoops right into the side seam. It cuts open really, really far. Again, a very contemporary cut, and it's been styled over the top of a white t-shirt. The trousers sit right at his waist, again, elongating his legs. Hyunin Kai has this incredibly chic collarless blazer on, and we can see that the break or the button would be sits quite low. To me, it doesn't look like there's any fastenings unless they're hidden. And then he's got this really interesting shirt underneath. It's a very contemporary take on a granddad collar shirt because it comes round, it's collarless, and then you can see that it comes down into this beautiful rounded shape. I assume that this shirt would have, I was about to say blazer, I assume that this shirt would have hidden buttons so it can fasten and give you that very clean appearance. Again, the slim cut trousers with the Chelsea boots, perfect way to finish this look off. And then swoop in on the end. I like this look, but I have my problems with it. And I like where this look is heading. I love the oversized collar, the clean shirt underneath with the hidden placket, the very sharp shoulders of this jacket. And I like the fact that this jacket has a really unique and interesting shape. The fact that it comes down, you've got the break of the jacket, the buttons fastened, and it comes down quite long, and then you've got the cutouts. But for me, I think where you have the cutouts and then you have the centre front fastening in the middle, it just flaps around too much. It loses the structure of the jacket and it just looks a bit odd. Like in this picture here where you can see he's putting his hand on his head, it just pulls the jacket very strangely. So I like the idea of it, I just think the execution isn't right. So for that reason, I'm gonna give TXT 9 yellow hearts. It would have been a 10, but just that jacket, I don't understand it. Next up, I-dle, and I think that's the first time I've ever said their name correct. I'm always like, I-dle, I-dle, I-dle. I-dle. This is a very simple set of looks, but it's incredibly cohesive, and all of the girls look absolutely beautiful. I love how we have different styles of little black dresses in all of the members. Minnie giving us that blazer dress, Miyeon, the cutouts, Suyeon, that off-the-shoulder moment. I know she has the straps that go up and around the neck, but they're incredibly subtle and very, very thin. Yuki's then giving us that ruffled collar moment, and then you can see that there's different layers of fabric on her dress, finishing with that sheer layer. So it gives you a slightly shorter hemline, but it doesn't, if that makes sense, just because you get to see that extra inch of leg. And then we have Shuha on the end, giving us that asymmetric cut, that bow detail at the waist. All of the hem lengths are pretty much the same, and they all have a very similar style of shoe on. They all have a strap, whether that is a huge platform, Suyeon, in the middle, and then you've got the pointed toe from Miyeon, the more of the mule style on Minnie. So it's cohesive, but each member has their own thing going on, but they've come on the red carpet as a united front. So I'm going to give I-dle 9 yellow hearts for this set of looks. NCT Dream are up next, and they're giving us that classic NCT tailoring on the red carpet. But what I like here is how all of the jackets are different cuts, all of the ties and the shirts underneath have something different going on. As usual, when it comes to male idols, they all seem to have the same cut of trouser on and a very similar shoe, which you can see here. Renjun is giving us a very contemporary cut of jacket. This is an SB1 that's very cropped, and you can see the break of the jacket comes quite low, almost hitting the waist of his trousers. And then he's got that very, very thin collar on his shirt and that very thin tie. So it's very clean. Jeno, the beautiful Jeno, he looks so handsome in this wrap blazer. And I like the fact that his has been styled with that point collar shirt and then that simple black tie. And you can see that his wrap blazer has quite a wide peak lapel and the break is quite high, a hidden fastening, and it's quite cropped as well. Jaemin's look is very similar to Renjun's. To me, it looks like they've got the same cut of jacket, that low break, single-breasted one button. But Jaemin's look, he's got a wider collar on his shirt and he's still got a thin tie, but you can see that there's a chain worn under it, and this is more of a traditional tie shape. Jisung has a double-breasted blazer, but this blazer only has 2 buttons, making it very, very contemporary compared to the classic DB6 that we've seen. This also looks like it has a peak lapel and it's quite cropped, letting, again, the long legs, the elevated leg line do all of the work. And when we look at his close-up shots, we can see that he's got that Christian Dior tie. It's got the graphic CD on it, and it's been styled with that point collar shirt. So very classic pieces when you think about them, but they've all been given a contemporary cut. And then Chonla on the right, SB2, very, very cropped, giving us that same cropped length across all of the members, the extended neckline. Neckline? Leg line. And then he's got that oversized black bow tie with that point collar shirt, giving it that classic evening wear edge. I'm going to give NCT Dream 8.5 yellow hearts. I love the contemporary cut, but I would have liked to have seen a few more accessories in these looks. Let's wrap up this review with NewJeans, and I'm in 2 minds about this. I'm just going to be 100% honest, as I always am. There's part of me that absolutely loves it. I love what's going on. There are a few tweaks that I would make, but then also the more I look at it, the more I think there is a lack of cohesion. I know there are elements throughout the members' looks that have that cohesion. Hani, Danielle, Haerin on the right all have those chunky boots going on, tying together. Hani, Danielle, the light denier tights. And then we've got Hien and Minji giving us that long covered hemline. Minji in the trousers, Hien in that long leather dress. So the cohesion is there, but I think where you have Hien in that full leather piece, there's no leather anywhere else. It makes her stand out. And then Danielle has the sheer shirt. There's no sheer fabric anywhere else. I think if we switched out some fabrics and switched out a few pieces, this would have been an incredible cohesive set of looks. For me, Hani, Minji and Haerin, their looks are cohesive. They have this tailored sense to them. Minji, that full suit with the flared trousers. Haerin, the sleeveless tailored moment with that flare on the hip, the white buttons going down. Granted, I don't like the cycling short of this look. I think this would have looked so much better with a pair of flared trousers like Minji's got going on. And then Hani has that beautiful knitted dress, but it's got that gold button detail here, that off the shoulder shape, the cutout at the bust that's not revealing, it's just a flash of flesh to break it up. It really ties into the buttons on Haerin's. So I think if we switched out Danielle's sheer shirt and gave her a cropped blazer with a few gold buttons on it that fitted perfectly with this really interesting cut of skirt, it would have tied into everyone else's much better. And then Hien, I really like the silhouette of this leather dress, but I think if we went for a more tailored fabric and went for this long line blazer dress, it would have tied back into everyone else's a lot more. So there is potential here. There's just a slight lack of cohesion, and this is just things that I would do that's to my taste. I'm sure some of you love it, I'm sure some of you don't. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. But for me, this is 7.5 yellow hearts. potential, but tweaks needed. So I was really sad that Stray Kids and BTS didn't attend the red carpet. I'm not going to talk about Stray Kids' looks because they were their stage outfits and everyone else is in red carpet looks. So for me, it doesn't feel right to include those in this video. And I apologise to other stays. I'm sorry, but they're amazing stage outfits. I feel like if I didn't include BTS's first set of looks, the black suits where they're accepting their awards, all of you who follow me that are ARMY would come through the screen and murder me. So this is for you guys. And I apologise now, all of the pictures I can find, the quality of them are fairly shit because it's screenshots from the live show. It's not press pictures from the red carpet. BTS are giving us incredibly classic menswear here. And this is completely different to what we usually see from them at red carpets. They usually give us a very contemporary menswear vibe, whereas here they're giving us classic. They're attending an award show. They're not attending a red carpet. So I think going a lot more classic, it really, really works here. I'll admit, if I saw this set of looks on the red carpet for BTS, I would have been disappointed because it is incredibly classic. But to attend an award show and be on stage, it works that way. Like we've seen with other male groups, there is cohesion in the cuts of the jackets, the length of the trousers and the shoes. BTS have a very similar style of shoe on, whether that is a boot or a lace-up style, and then the trousers come and sit just over the shoes. No crop trousers here. And then the length of the jackets is all very classic. We don't see anything cropped here. It's coming down to that traditional length a suit jacket is, or should be, if you want to call it that. But each member has a different cut, a different collar, a different style of shirt, a different style of tie. So they each have an individuality, even though they're giving us that united classic award show vibe. Jimin and J-Hope, they've got the satin peak lapels. Jimin has that slim black tie, J-Hope has the bow tie. V's jacket has a slight wrap to it. I love a wrap blazer. His hands are in the way in the shot I have here, so I don't know whether there's a fastening or if it's a hidden fastening. I would assume it's hidden. And we can see that he's got a point collar shirt with a slim tie coming down. Sugar, he's giving us very classic shawl lapel. To me, it looks like it's an SB1 because it doesn't wrap, it joins in the middle, and that's traditionally joined with one button. And then we can see he's got that oversized bow tie. Very classic menswear evening wear. Menswear evening wear, very classic men's evening wear. Jungkook looks like he's wearing a double-breasted 6-button blazer with that satin peak lapel. We can see his jacket wrapping, but to me it looks like there is 6 buttons, and then he's got quite a large collar and a black tie. So again, very, very classic. RM also has a double-breasted 6-button blazer on. He's got that point collar and a very slim tie. I can't work out if this is a shawl or a notch lapel. I'll put it on screen. A tailored look on Thickums. Daddy Thickums. That fits like a glove. He looks insane. And then we've got Jin on the very right. He's got that white shirt that's been left clean at the collar, but then he's got the 3-piece suit, the waistcoat underneath, and then to me it looks like he's wearing a single-breasted 2-button jacket with a very wide satin peak lapel. This is a very, very classic set of looks for BTS, but it works to attend an award show. I do miss their contemporary styling, but they all look incredibly handsome, united front, different cuts, etc. So this is going to be 9 yellow hearts from me. From all of the looks that we've seen on the red carpet, I'd have to say my favourite male idol looks are from the Boyzzzz, and my favourite female idol looks are from I-dle. Let me know yours in the comments. The Fact Music Awards 2022 gave us a lot of amazing looks on the red carpet. Granted, a few needed some tweaks, some need to learn what cohesion means. But I'm excited to see what other looks we see along the road this award show season. As I said, please let me know in the comments who your favourite looks are from tonight's red carpet. But thank you so much for watching. A massive thank you to everyone who has subscribed. You are amazing. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.